heart attack. Fast, fatal, heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out, remember you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirishon here and now. Before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. Now, in the last part, quite a number of things were happening. Deku and the girls, they have gone on the run. It was currently 3 days after they left the lab, or the facility. Lady Nagant has been told the situation. She is going to be tasked with trying to bring in a fellow agent. And the manhunt, it needs to be conducted in secret. If the public gets a wind on them trying to find this kid, a lot of questions will be asked, and a lot of people will be involved that really shouldn't be. Now, Nagant heard the situation. Agent 11, 12, and 13, they are out, and they are currently free. Deku might be under the control of Mitsuki Shinso, an agent they have with the ability to brainwash people. Now, it's quite obvious that that is a problem, and Nagant was told the full range of her ability. Now, Nagant, she does understand. Right now, Agent 11 and 13, they might be, well, unwilling in this. If they take out Agent 12, 11 and 13 might still be salvageable. Agent 11 is the main priority. If 13 is involved, she is also a security risk. She is compromised and should be terminated. Now, Deku, right now, he took action. Right now, he went out after he woke up, and he decided to go get some more money from some ATMs, and even do a little bit of hero work on the side. Now, Deku currently, he does return back home, and after he does so, he actually does wake somebody up. Him walking to the hotel room after turning around and locking the door. And Deku, he does go somewhat walk over to his bed and bring his hand out. As right now, he does go somewhat shapeshift and pull out the money that he was hiding. And whenever he does so, he does hear a voice. Where'd you go? Deku turning his head slightly. I went out. I got some money, so whenever a place opens, we'll just buy in cash. Really? Yes. Things okay here? They're fine, but wasn't that risky? Not really. I'm taking into account many things. I made sure that security cameras didn't catch me. I also made sure the systems, they're fine. However, yeah, I didn't pry it open, so there's at least transactions that don't make sense, but large cash transactions are common, I believe. They're common, but all in one night? Not in one night. I made it look random. 50 here, 20 here. They're in smaller numbers. Smaller transactions. So, how did you... Well, that's too complicated to explain. Listen, it's almost time for the sun to come up. Let me just think. Right. We're going to sit up and telling Deku. Does he think back to that place? I do. Does it get to you? I try not to let it get to me. It gets in the way of thought. It's irrational to look behind you. That's what they taught us, right? Yeah. Do you think that we'll ever be able to go to Heroes for this? I don't know. But we should tell somebody, right? Who's gonna believe us? We come to people with claims that the Hero Association, they murdered our families, and they kidnapped us. It's both of us against the heroes. And even then, they probably have dirt on us. They probably recorded our missions. They've probably got evidence to support that claim that we're psycho murderers. If that's the case, then we're kind of in a corner, aren't we? We are. Go to the heroes and more than likely get arrested, look crazy, and thrown in a psych ward for a few days before we mysteriously vanish from it. I don't know. They'll come down harder on us if we are caught, and the risk. There are rewards to some of them, but we can't trust the society we protect. So we can't even trust heroes? Not even the good pros? I don't know if we can. They don't know anything that we do. I mean, what is it? Like that one movie you were watching the other day. It's just, no one will believe us because it sounds too crazy. I mean, it all could be true. But the claims, they're too out there for real life. You're right about that. So, what do we do then? I have several ideas, but some of them, they're not good. I mean, the Hero Safety Committee. First of all, we could just kill them. That sounds easier said than done. Exactly. We would need a plan for that. Secondly, we could expose them, but we need evidence for that. And as far as I know, we don't handle cleanup. We're the executioners. So we need to find evidence of the committee's wrongdoings. A misreported death, bank records, but they manipulate everything. They're in control of all that. If they wanted to, we don't even know how far this goes. You're right. Exactly. Next, we can publicly expose them by exposing ourselves. I come forwards with my powers, explain how many I have, tell them what I've been doing with them, and I confess to a lot. I tell them how my family was murdered and how I've been used as a weapon. How I've ordered people to die. How I've made other people kill for me. You see the logic there, right? I do, but then they'll know where we are. We'll be held for questioning, and yeah, that's the problem. But then there's option number 4. Option number 4, it sounds good. And honestly, I can see it being the best option. What is it? War. What? War. We expose everything, but at the same time, we break down society. What are you talking about? Think about it for a second. The committee, they'll go to no lengths to get me back. If it means killing off popular pros, they'll do it. They've wanted me to stay away from certain pros. Leading the Gaunt, All Might, Endeavor, Best Janist, Mirako, Hawks. I've only ever met Hawks on a few occasions, and even then, he was told to stay explicitly away from me and out of contact. It makes sense. If I find these heroes and I gain their powers, I can show the world what I can do. If I'm able to house the powers of the top 5 pros, and I tell the world exactly what I can do, tell them my powers, the committee, they can't look away from that. They could try to put out a statement, but my powers and abilities will speak for themselves. I can expose them, And I can even try to talk to the pros about this. I mean, some of them don't say, some of them, they don't seem to trust the committee. Izuku, calm down. No, I can't calm down. I mean, these people are gonna try and kill us. They'll try and capture us, and I don't want to even think about reconditioning. That, that freaks me out. Izuku, you're gonna give yourself a panic attack. Maybe, maybe. But I'm, I'm scared of them. And I know I shouldn't be. But these thoughts they put in my head, ways to try and recapture me, everything, I don't like it. Now, Shinsoda's gonna bring her hand up and tell Deku, putting a hand on his shoulder, that it's okay. And Deku, he doesn't respond. And Shinsoda sit there quietly waiting for him to respond. I wasn't gonna brainwash you. How would I know that? Deku waiting, as it doesn't happen. There aren't a lot of things we can do. But head for UA? Say something, maybe? I mean, I don't know what to do. Just let me try and make a plan. If All Might's gonna be at UA, that's where I can meet him. But that's still months out. I mean, the school course doesn't start until what? 6, 7, 8 months? I don't even know when school starts anymore. I've looked into it. You have? Yeah. People speculate that since All Might has come back to Japan, he's going to be at UA. And some people have claimed to see him actually working in that same city. And, well, it's fair to say that thanks to some press leaks that All Might has been seen exiting the building. Okay. Okay. So, All Might's at UA. And that's what we know. He'll be there, yes. But we just have to wait it out. And the entrance exams. Fuck. Those will be reported on, won't they? Not really. I've looked into previous years. People, their abilities can be diverse. I'd say that if we go there, use the powers that we do have, physically and tactically, we can get in. I mean, it would be the teachers reviewing it, not the committee. Right. I see your logic there. They don't have any idea who we are. So if I use my powers there, use a power there, then, then we can get in. You're right. And whenever we get the chance to, we can talk to All Might. You're right about that. Now, Deku, he does have this plan in his mind. And after Ochako does go to wake up, there is where the three do head out. They do buy something to live in at the moment. And right now, it's gonna be a bit annoying. They had a lot of money. And while Deku, he did get quite a bit of it, he was able to buy a fairly large, older model vehicle. And the thing, yeah, it's a little cramped. However, the three, they should be okay with it at the moment. Now, Deku was able to brainwash the salesman into just giving him the keys, not doing a background check, not checking ID, not doing anything like that. Just pay and go. And the man, he felt confused about the transaction. He remembers meeting the client, but, I mean, on record, the name given to him is different from what he remembers hearing, or... No. He's confusing himself again. Do this job enough, and names and faces get skewed. A lot of things are currently happening in Deku's head. And right now we do actually have Ochako who's driving, as Deku, he actually is sitting down in the back seat. And right now he's thinking. And Ochako does finally ask a question. So what's the entire plan here? Well, we're gonna try and head for UA. UA? So we're not gonna try and find our families. We're not gonna try and do anything like that. No, not right now. Right now? Okay, so why UA then? We want to try and talk to some pros, specifically number one. Wait, so we're gonna try and go to All Might? Wait, so we're gonna go there now? No, All Might will be teaching there next year. Next year? Oh my god. So, why are we heading to this city? Won't they be looking for us here? Maybe. We'll find a place to hide out. Lay low. And if that's the case, then we'll just need to stick around. Okay, so I'm just confused then. It'll take us days to get there. And you want us to lay low and do what exactly? Listen, a lot of very good pros will be there. I mean, we might run into some on the way there. Our main focus right now is getting Deku to absorb their quirks and show them off. You want... Why? It's simple. If Izuku has the powers of the top 5, people would have to listen to him. Specifically, All Might's power. Deku, if he walks in and just says, I can absorb powers and I've been used to kill, what do you think will happen? It's his word against the people who make the law, the rules heroes follow. And then the other claims. Being forced to murder, being forced to kill. Ochako, there are no paper trails. None at all. I get that. But seriously, you just expect me to go along with this? Ochako, I don't expect you to do anything, okay? I'm expecting this is going to be difficult at the moment. But we'll get through it. Now, Deku does look up, telling Ochako, what would she rather do? I'd rather leave. Ochako, even if you leave, where are you going to go? Anywhere else. Anywhere else than here. Ochako, you're free to do that. I can give you some cash and you can leave. You can be on your own. But how long do you think that you'll last? How long do you think that being out there will be good for you? I mean, seriously, what do you think will happen? I don't know. But just this? It's not a good idea. I mean, what if All Might is involved? What if he knows? I don't think he knows. Okay, he's the #1 hero. He protects society. He would know about corrupt heroes, wouldn't he? He's the one people look towards, who people see as hope, the symbol of peace. But we don't know. Public appearances aside, we know nothing about the man. I mean, how do we know he's not involved in criminal activity? Because the Hero Committee would have told us. What do you mean? Sir Nighteye, I've looked into it, and I know I've read it somewhere before. Sir Nighteye was All Might's sidekick whenever we were all younger. The man, he is running a very good hero agency. He has foresight and he can see into the future. Are you serious? Yeah. The Hero Committee, they like to keep things on certain records. And sometimes they talk a little too much. when they don't think people are listening. Sir Nighteye, he would take action if All Might was involved. He would come to the committee and tell them. It's one of the ways they try to regulate him. And they've been curious about it before. They've asked him to look into the future, and he's refused. And no one really does know why. But there's also another thing. It's believed that Sir Nighteye, he's either seen something he wasn't supposed to, or he may have seen someone die. Or there's a theory that's been posed. What do you mean? Well, Sir Nighteye, he looks into the future, right? Of course. And his quirk is through his own eyes. Uh-huh. So, I want to say he sees the events in his own eyes. Things he would see. Like, maybe the reason why he stopped using his quirk is because at some point he can't look through his eyes. Wait, are you saying that he doesn't look into the future because he saw himself die? I don't know. It's a theory. One of the ones that makes sense, at least. But if he saw All Might die, then that does pose another question. What happens to him? I don't know. But you can't be saying that you can't be saying that someone who can see the future, they don't look in the future because they're scared of it. If that's true, then shouldn't he warn somebody? That's the thing. How do you know warning somebody won't set off those chain of events? How do you know interference in time won't affect or create that very interference? So, like a paradox. Exactly. A self-fulfilling paradox. I mean, Nighteye probably doesn't take action because he doesn't know what will happen. And if he has, then he may have already set off the chain reaction. Now, Ochako does sit there still driving. And right now, she actually does set off a chain reaction herself. Her going to Joki turn and get into another lane. As long as she does go on the split of an exit. Her going the way they planned to. Now, with that being said, Ochako, she does continue to drive. And right now, I do believe that that is a good point to leave this part off of. And I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.